There we go. Okay. Audio fixed. Yay. Hello, folks. If I change of plan, I would say welcome to A Song of Crystal and Shadow, normally. Welcome, happy 2024. However, we are unfortunately 3 players down during a heavy story and combat arc, and all of us have kind of agreed that everyone who can be there should be there, because it's all important stuff for going forward. So, we have, at Pure's suggestion, decided to dust off my other favourite, well, one of my favourite roleplay systems. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in the Vector who owns it. Monty Python. It's now the third time I've run it on the Vector, and this time there's a completely new group. I would have invited some of the usual sort of suspects to come along, but they are all playing their own game currently. So let's do the announcements real quick, because those are still the same. But we are not playing Sun Crystal and Shadow tonight, and if you are not okay with that, then by all means, tune out, go watch Even Footing Games, because they're running a Monster Hearts tonight if you want to go see more horny monsters. Alternatively, you can just listen to our funny as fuck shenanigans playing basically a huge comedy system. So, the announcements. Yes, welcome back to another session of Song and Christian Shadow. Wait, no, this is a session of Monty Python. That's called the Princess Bridle. And there's the breath so I can cut, because I just did a long ass introduction. First announcement, as always, our sponsor tonight is Canadian Dice, CanadianDice.ca. Use the code TheVactor, or one word, checkout for 15% off your order. Maggie's pick this week is Red Celtic Knot, because they are black goth dice with red emo lettering and they are knotty. Get it? Who the fuck wrote this? Who the fuck wrote this?
Now we have
Maggie!
naughty dice.
Look,
Are you surprised?
I saw knotty and I thought of something completely different, which I cannot say because we are on Twitch and YouTube, and that will get us in trouble. So I'm going straight to the second announcement. You can check out the merch store at tinyl.com/vacmerch. You can get excellent designs like Half Orc Energy, the Vac Blob, and whatever holiday designs Avi's percolated. We still have the 12 days of tabletop set available. I will probably get the cup myself now that there's a bit more money in the account. But proceeds from those still go to Extra Life, and they will be up for a little bit longer, so get them before they're gone. The schedule for the week. Tomorrow, Fixious 5 returns from their holiday break at 8:30. Saturday, Vac Packer's Guide to Tabletop Role-Playing Games returns at 7 p.m. These are all EST, by the way. Sunday, the Artemis Blob, so Affy and Artemis, will be returning to DM Jeremy's channel for Legacy of Fire at 7:30 EST. Monday, Miss Walker's returns from holiday break at 8:30. Tuesday, Artemis will be over on Jeremy's channel for Escape the Silent Courts. I do not know what system that is or anything, but it will probably be a hoot, knowing Jeremy. 9 p.m. EST. And finally, you can always find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts from, and you can watch the VODs on Twitch or YouTube. Okay, so for those of you who are... Oh, first off, there's something I have to rectify, because I've been doing the announcements. I need to do this. Need a drink.
Chug, 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 chug.
Always keep a gallon water jug near you. Okay.
Especially when Artemis is around.
That takes care of Artemis. Yeah, certainly when Artemis is around, or Rick. Rick is going to raid us later, so we'll probably get hit with even more.
Oh boy.
Yes. Rick is currently playing Monster Hearts, but said they will raid us when they're done. They will probably finish before us. We haven't even started, technically, because we've been doing the briefing of how the system works. So this is the third time I've run the system. on the Vector, and so I will do a quick explanation. Monty Python is naturally based on the comedy group of the same name, and various skits and characters and all of that, and the movies and all that fun stuff. And so this particular version is very much a medieval, what they call a medieval reenactment. They don't call it a role-playing game. Don't call it that. You'll probably get smacked for fish or something. And so typically games that are run using this system are medieval in nature. Last one I ran was in ancient Rome, because I ran the life of Brian. Just a bit more safe for stream, shall we say. Except until Rick turned their genitalia into a black hole. And Kayla slept with Hercules. Or the Roman version of Hercules. Anyway, it's a variable dice system. It's more narrative based. I like to run it more narrative based if I can, except for sorcery, because sorcery is chaos, and I want to see if you cast a 1 on your sorcery, some things are going to happen because it's sorcery. But generally speaking, my players here, my lovelies, will tell me what they want to do. I will tell them, okay, that sounds like you're trying to make an honor check, or a sorcery check, or a trying to think of the right word, but essentially, etiquette check. Roll that stat. If they don't have it, they roll a d4. If they have it on the sheet somewhere, they get the value that's listed on the sheet. If they roll the maximum on any given dice for the test, they move up a step in the kind of order, so a d4 becomes a d6. And they also get to roll again. I forgot to mention that part. They get to roll again with the new dice as well. But if they go too high, if they go above a 20, they're too serious. And I have to smack them with a demerit. Because they've gone a bit too serious. They've gone off the deep end in one direction. If they get a nat 1 at any time, that is a crit fail. I think there was a specific Monty Python word for that. I've forgotten it. And not only do they have to go down one dice level, but they also get a demerit. Now, merits and demerits, what does that all mean? Merits is when they impress me very specific. They impress me as Sophia, or they impress my persona for the night, which I will tell you after I've introduced their characters. We'll introduce their characters because I'm going to keep them in suspense. Merits can basically let you roll with advantage, auto pass, or auto pass, either way, and they can cancel out a demerit. So if I'm about to issue a demerit, they can cancel it out. Demerits don't do anything on their own unless the whole persona is basically 1 or less, 1 or more rather. In which case, at the moment they get any demerits, I have to roll on my super special table. Tonight, the demerit limit, unless I change personas midway through the night, is 3. Just so you all know, if you get 3 demerits, you have to tell me, and then I will do my thing. Let's go through and introduce our 3 players and characters for the night. Most of you will know these, who watch our game will know these faces and voices, but tonight they are not Akemi, Liliana, and Chikao as you know them. This is definitely a drunk fever dream of Chikao's, because Chikao was not present for the initial foray into Yulmore, so Chikao is somewhere drunk and sleeping this shit off, probably in the shanty town outside of Yulmore, and is having some rather interesting dreams about medieval England. So, let's see, who do I want to go first? Pure, this was your idea. You go first.
Voluntold. Okay. So, I am a knight. I am the Knight of Soup. And my name is Fang.
So in this game tonight, Akemi has become their wolf.
Uh-huh.
Fang, the Knight of Soup. The 4 classes we're playing with tonight, because we're doing pre-gens just to make things quick. Knight, basically equivalent to a paladin. Peasant, which is absolutely just a peasant. Troubadour, which would normally be bard in other systems that should not be mentioned for tonight. And then there's the enchanter, who is basically a sorcerer. Speaking of enchanters, hey Yuli, it's your turn.
So, since we're in a fever dream, I figured I'd just keep her Lily. And the Enchanter of Cats.
Lily, enchanter of cats. That makes a lot of sense for various reasons. And that then leaves us with Duality. Who are you playing tonight?
Well, I was originally going to play a peasant, but since this is the fever dream of Shikael, well, let's fucking play it at the troubadour of Shikael.
Okay, what are you a troubadour of? Because apparently everyone's being a something of something.
Let's see. What
Who's?
would be hilarious? The troubadour of the Southern Wines.
Of the 7 wines. Fucking hell. What have I let myself in for? No, I've exactly let myself in for this. But there's something I haven't told you all, and that's my whole persona for the night. So the head of light entertainment is the same as the GM, but we don't have a GM because this is not a role-playing game. Wink. So I am the head of light entertainment, and tonight I am a penguin. The description is: it's a penguin. The BBC brass, and yes, as in BBC, as in British Broadcasting Corporation, in their infinite wisdom, have put the penguin in charge of light entertainment. It can be kept happy with a steady dose of references to fish, fishing, fish eating, fish lore, and other fishy things. And I have my own table of things that can happen to the players. Like I said, your things you have to remember, folks, are 3 demerits. You get 3 at any point. You've got to tell me, and we'll see what happens on my lovely whole table. And tonight's adventure, brought to you by some corporate sponsor somewhere. Canadian Dice, yes, your adventure tonight, brought to you by Canadian Dice at canadiandice.ca. It's called The Princess Bridle. So, unattached young monarchs keep traipsing off to a kingdom in the Cambrian Highlands known as Happy Valley, but they don't come back. For the first time in history or future, who knows, England is running perilously, thank you, short on pretentious toffs. And we don't have a monarch in the party, so I don't have to worry about that little sub box. So, the 3 of you are sitting in the nearby tavern, except for Chikyle of the 7 Wines, who is up on stage performing because Troubadour. The other 2 of you are sitting down doing your things. As a royal messenger bursts into the tavern from the wet and the cold because it's fucking England. And you know that they are wearing the royal insignia of Queen Ursula the Wacky. And none of you are up. Oh, no, you are. You are. You do have one upper class PC in the party, pure. So this night, so another knight comes over to you, Fang, and gives you a salute and hands you a letter before going back out into the rain.
I salute back, armor hitting the soup bucket on my head.
So and then we're playing, it's a ting.
Rip open the letter, and start reading out loud in Scooby-Doo. What the
Okay.
fuck am I reading?
The Queen Ursula is offering a substantial reward for the finding of their son Prince Kevin, who set off for Happy Valley on some errand and has never returned. You and I think if they are listening, also you should make sure you all have pronouns because I don't want to get that wrong. Are you keeping the same pronouns as well? Fang was she, her in the in the Final Fantasy world.
Yeah, we'll do Fang, she, her.
I'm still she, her.
Okay, Shikara, are you still they them?
Still the same.
Okay, cool. That works. Shikara, if you are listening or watching this and listening and seeing the mention, if Fang mentions Happy Valley, but Fang, you definitely know that Happy Valley is the richest, most contented kingdom the world has ever known, and it's King Otto, known as the Wise, Queen Syllabob, known as the Gracious, and Princess Mitzi Gaynor, known as the one with the fabulous tits. Basically, you've heard that Happy Valley is this wonderful place. But Prince Kevin has gone there and has not come back. And so the Queen Ursula, the something wacky. I'm using what the book's given me here. Queen Ursula the Wacky has basically offered a reward for a group of adventurers to go on a quest and retrieve Prince Kevin from Happy Valley. That sounds wrong. My every time I think Happy Valley, I think some particular body part.
I mean, there is the Happy Trail.
To say there's that too. But retrieving Prince Kevin from the Happy Valley is I don't know about that. But anyway, you three can discuss this quest at your leisure. Also, just to answer Artemis' question, there is no atomic hedgehog on this GM profile. There are other things that are very penguin related, but no atomic hedgehogs yet. There is a chance I will turn into the Spanish Inquisition. I will say that much. And none of you will know because none one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Anyway, you three discuss. I've spoken enough.
So, are we getting the horny little bastard or not?
Might be a good idea.
Lulu would nod and continuously probably keep drinking the milk that she stole from the counter.
All right. Where is this place?
It is in the Cambrian Highlands. So Cambria is Upper Midlands, southern north, if that makes sense. Like,
would any of us know that, or should we start procurement of a map?
I'm pretty sure based on this that Fang and Shikyle would know that this as upper and middle class DC. Actually, no, all three of you, because you're also middle class. What am I thinking? Or upper? Either way,
Lower class.
you're lower class.
Yep, as an enchanter, class
what
lower.
What bollocks is this? Okay. Okay, yeah, pure. I'm pretty sure Fang would know, and I think Shikyle would know as being middle class. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But those two would know. Unfortunately, your enchanter friend is social standing does not permit them to be in the loop on very many things.
Okay.
Society sucks anyway.
In fact, as you accept the quest, the knight comes back. Oh, I forgot to give you something, and hands you the fucking map.
Perfect timing.
This is what happens when I don't read each section fully through before doing them. And he says, "Look, just to let you know that I was a personal friend of the prince, and honestly, I think he's going for. I think you're right. He's going for a bit of a shag. He was practicing. Look. He was doing that whole thing that they were doing in Fair Verona, that the old bard was talking, the old troubadour was talking about. You know, he's going and playing he's practicing his lute every day, so that he was going to go practice and try and woo her down from the balcony, and also to ingratiate himself with King Otto, because King Otto is a bit of a fine patron of the musical arts, so to speak. And here's the problem. He kind of swore me to secrecy. So don't tell him anything else. Don't tell him anything else. Don't tell him I told you. But also, I ain't telling you anything else. So I'm gone. And he does the whole salute thing again and just leaves. Before anything can happen. What do you three do now that you have a map leading you to Happy Valley? I don't think you need. I was going to say I don't think you need a map for that, but like some people need a map to find certain parts of Happy Valley.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
A map and practice.
Yeah, practice reading it.
Anyways, Fang is not even really going to wait for anybody and just start rushing out the door.
Like her name, her real, well, I say real world, but you know what I mean. Like her real world namesake.
Mm-hmm.
Fang
Lily will follow.
goes.
Glass in hand.
Chicago.
Sorry, my headset cut out. What happened?
These two have left. They Fang has run off. Lily is chasing after, and you're just there at the table after they've run off.
After a few minutes of them being gone, she finally looks up and like, oh shit, and chases after him.
Okay, and I don't have to roll on the intel table because you lot didn't ask anyone else for any other information about Happy Valley. So fuck that. We're going to start traveling to Happy Valley. I'm going to roll a d6 because now you're traveling and things are happening, and I have to decide what happens to you. So prepare your butts. That's a 6. You're lost. Fuck. That's probably the least interesting of the things. Okay, I gotta roll again after this, I think, because you wander off the set and discover the studio audience, who are made up primarily of penguins, and they start throwing fish at you, and they start squawking at you in the sounds of booze.
I will gather the fish.
Very
Kemi. Fang is going to take the soup pot off her head and start gathering fish as well.
Kyle, what are you going to do?
Probably while drinking from a tankard of booze, probably just grabs a fish and starts whacking them away from her.
Eventually, the amount of fish get too much to bear, both in terms of like trying to carry it and also the amount being thrown. These penguins have a lot of fish, apparently. And you will return back to the path. However, because you've broken the fourth wall, you all suffer one bit of loony damage. This is where I explain how damage works in this game. If I say you take damage, you take damage. There are two kinds. There are physical and mental, or loony. If you run out of one, you're gone. You're done. That's it. If you run out of physical, you're dead. If you run out of loony damage, you've gone insane. And
What if you're already insane?
you're not already. You shouldn't already be dead. You shouldn't already be mentally dead. But if you're already insane, well, good for you. I think that's kind of a requirement to play this game. Sometimes.
Definitely.
I'm going to
Okay.
roll. I'm going to roll this again. If I roll another 6, I'm going to ignore it.
So we're sensible on the stat.
Yes, but you've now gone. If you've all just taken that one bit of damage, so you've gone down a step on your loony track. You can heal loony damage and physical damage in various ways. That's a 5. 3 Haluxian mammoths. There are 3 huge mammoths on the road. They're docile, but they seem kind of wary. Those of you who are upper class, I don't think any of you have the right stat for this based on the pre-gens, but hey, why not? Because you might roll a 4. If you roll lawfulness, as in Lore, not LAW, I will tell you something. You get enough points, I will tell you something. So only for upper class characters. Middle class and lower class can fuck off.
I have an immunity to lawfulness.
That
so...
only helps if you are being attacked.
Okay, well, I don't have anything for it then.
You have a D4. Then, if you do not have it listed as an actual like dice number, you just have a D4 no matter what.
3.
Damn. Hoping you get a 4 because then you get to roll the next additional D6. Unfortunately, you do not know anything about these mammoths or what parts of them are good to sell and so on and so forth. What you do with the mammoths is up to you. I don't know if I actually have stats for them. I do.
I apparently have the trait lawfulness, so
Are you upper class?
No, never
Then
mind.
you can't
I'm
roll.
middle. I don't know what these are, so bam.
You are not. You're not as much as a toff as Fang, and therefore you're not allowed to roll because you're supposed to be more socially. Know your
We
betters.
still have fish, right?
Pardon?
We still have all the fish we collected, yes.
Yes. Also, each of you take a merit because you did fish things. The whole is pleased that you tried to save the fish.
So I don't know if this would work. Just off the top of my head, being an enchanter or sorcerer, whatever you want to call it, is there any way possible that a character can change the form of another creature?
You can make me a sorcery check.
Because turn them into cats and feed them the fish.
Okay. I would like a sorcery check for that because that is absolutely sorcery and
Yes, I'm looking for my D10. Hold on.
oh god, there's an adventure in the core book called Spank the Pope.
That would be hilarious.
I think maybe I'll have to run that one some other time. It's actually on the pages after this one.
I got a 9.
Damn! You guys getting so close to maximum. Do you have any accoutrements that'll boost or drop?
I get a +2 to any sorcery rolls.
Careful, because I'm pretty sure something in one of your other ones drops it. Because Rick had this problem.
Sorcery is +2, subtleties -1, nature's +1, sorcery rolls, decorum -1.
So
+2
+2 -1, so
subtlety is +2 subtlety, -1 or -2 probability. Wisdom is +1 to augmentation rolls, +1 to decorum rolls, -2 to humility rolls.
Cool.
So there's nothing that says I lose sorcery. I just gain +2 or +1.
You gain +1 because you have a +2, but then one of your other things has a -1, so it balances out at +1. That's a 10. In this case, because they're docile and not running around and trying to do anything, suddenly the three of you see these mammoths turn into cats. So what kind of cats?
Fluffy ones.
Random?
One of them turns into Sphinx. One of them turns into a Manx cat, a tabby Manx cat, and the third one turns into a fluffy black cat named Donna.
And yet, all of their tails are just the trunks of mammoths.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm okay with this.
those tails.
It's like full size. Just this is how they move now. Just move the trunk and they'll flying up in the air and go flying away.
The cats look very confused as to why they suddenly become small, and they look like they can blow air out of their tails or trunk tails things. But they are wandering around on the floor in front of you.
I was under the impression they were going to be giant cats.
Never let these cats get a hold of Taco Bell. Got it.
Well, that's okay. Here's the question. Hey, Yuli, when you had Lily cast that spell, were you trying to keep them as giant cats, or were you trying to make them actual small cats?
Give me a second. She was trying to keep them giant cats.
Then they're giant cats with elephant tails or mammoth trunk tails.
Well,
The rest of everything else I said is the truth. One of them's tail was shorter than the others because they're a Manx. The other is hairless because of the fucking Sphinx, and then you have the big fluffy black one called Donna, who is not taking any notice of me as I say these words. Insolent feline.
So, Fang being essentially a werewolf or a wolf furry, seeing giant cats is going to get very excited, and her tail is going to start wagging, and she's going to start hopping up and down, back and forth on one foot each time. Eyes wide, and just start going play.
All three of the mammoth cats look at you kind of with a very wary eye, because you are a werewolf fairy thing, and therefore canine, therefore scary. But they're bigger than you, so it's kind of a I don't know whether to be scared or to be violent kind of thing. They're not sure.
Lily is going to plop a fish on top of Fang's head before throwing the rest of them to the giant cats.
Now I have to wonder how they'd react to a mouse.
Good question.
Considering they used to be in it.
Good question. I have no freaking clue. I'm gonna just make sure. Yuli, give yourself a second merit, because again, doing fishy things. Let me just double check my personas, because I want to make sure that That's why I wanted 2 instances of the book up at the same time.
And now all I imagine is bouncing fish.
Fang, you suddenly get a fish on your head, and now all 3 of the mammoth cats are looking very hungrily at you.
The minute that the fish is on her head, she is going to go off like a rocket towards the cats. Play!
And Lily and Kyle, you see... You basically see a very cartoonish looking scene where the 4 of them are kicking up dust. There's lots of loud yowling and trumpeting and barking and such. but after a while, the four of them are all tuckered out and are just laying on a heap on the path, and the fish has clearly been eaten.
Not quite sure by who.
Yes, we're not sure by who. Actually, pure odds or evens.
Evens.
One of the cat mammoths ate the fish.
I just realized if they're a wolfkin and we're two catkins, and they get that excited by seeing any random moment from giant cats, I can't wait to see what happens when we start actually moving.
So Fang is going to very happily talk to their new friends and ask them to give a ride to the Happy Valley.
Do you have animal handling of any kind?
Would
I
that
have
just be one of the traits?
It would be one of the traits.
I have luck.
You can use that in place of animal handling. Yes, I will. That is allowed. But I will say that when you roll luck, if you have it as a thing and you roll on it, any rolls of a 1 are double plus on good. Like, you will double the merit if you roll on luck and fail. Okay?
Okay.
Because it's luck. You can get bad luck as well as good luck. So,
All right. I don't have a D20 in this set. At least not that I'm seeing. Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot. That's a 12.
is that the maximum on your dice?
Yes.
Roll me a d20 on top of that, and your luck is now d20 from now on in. Don't roll a 9 or above.
I got an 11.
Okay. You definitely pass, and you don't botch. However, you went above a 20 total. So, unfortunately, you are being way too serious when you ask these cat mammoths, the wolf, cat mammoths for a ride, and you are being way too serious about it, but they're also very, very enthralled by you. So you take 1 demerit for being too serious, and you still succeed, though.
I'm having flashbacks of Bobobo.
Those anime moments of just the
That episode where Don Patch decided to go Super Saiyan, and he was just very serious and very. It was very stupid.
But otherwise, the freak cat mammoths all kind of settle down in front of each of you. You can mount them.
um,
I'm good.
Fang takes the Sphinx.
Okay.
Lily will take the short tail.
And that leaves you Kyle with Donna, the black cat. And you all happily trot on down the road, feeding fish to the mammoths occasionally. No, I'm not giving you a merit for that because it was my fucking idea and I'm the penguin, so fuck you.
I'm trying to figure out if I'd be playing instrument or not, and how that would work.
What are you trying to play?
It says the only thing I have is a harp.
Okay, you have a harp. What song are you trying to play?
Thanks for all the fish from Hitchhiker's Galaxy or Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
That's what I love about this system. It's just random chaos and random references and bullshit and other things. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for this one. I'm not gonna say it's an auto success. You don't do it like with such great things that you restore any statistics, because that would be
Lily will sing with his music.
This is what I call caterwauling.
okay. Now you've changed my mind. Give yourself a merit. Also, because at least 2 of you are doing this, and because it is quite literally caterwauling. It is the sacred art of the cat people to sing in such a manner. I will let you all restore that 1 piece of loony that you all lost from breaking the 4th wall. You happily forget about the incident with the penguin audience and all the fish, but you still get to keep all the fish. They don't disappear. So you all make it to Happy Valley, no problem. Caterwauling as you fucking go. You look down on the idyllic kingdom nestled in a green valley. The sound of laughter, singing, and tenacious frolicking. Tenacious frolicking. That sounds like a euphemism. Drift up from the lovely village with a beautiful castle at its center. I wonder if that's the place everyone looks for but can't find. No, I can say that shit and no one can come after me because this stream is rated 18+. As you enter the valley, I need to roll a d8 on my lovely. Where is it? Oh, you bastard! Of course, it's buried near the bottom. On my lovely gender fluid dice that Brian bought me for Kimbo. That is a 1. Oh, that's actually very good for you, I suppose. No way. You see Princess Mitzi Gaynor skipping along the riverbank, optimistically kissing frogs. That's real quick. She is famed for, among 2 other things, well, hey, her enchanting smile, a sweet innocence, devotion to her dead dog Herman, and her treasured wooden teeth, which she bought at chemist in Augsburg despite the fire risk. You see the princess skipping along the riverbank, optimistically kissing frogs.
So we know that she likes dogs. We have a dog in the party.
We apparently have 5 cats in the party.
You can't have enough. Never mind.
It doesn't say anything about her hating cats, so you're fine.
Well, that. Well, you did say it was 18+, so I should be safe.
Yeah, go on.
You can't have enough pussy in the party.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, even the dog is a chick.
My first thought, she's a bitch. Quite literally. Quite literally.
There's always got to be one of them.
Someone's always got to be a bitch.
So, just to clarify, the princess is along the riverbank next to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's skipping along, optimistically kissing frogs.
Okay.
And now I just want to turn one of those frogs into a prince.
Not yet.
I'd
That's
say
okay.
what kind of prince?
The one that sings? Purple Rain?
I'm okay with that one.
But no, Fang is going to be like watching from on top of the cat mammoth, and time it just for when she kisses the next frog to bounce down next to her like, "Hi, princess!"
And as you do that,
Lily's gonna be with her, but on the other side.
You bounce down and startle her, and she falls with a hump on her backside, which unfortunately, unlike her tits, is a little bit more flat. And she looks up at you and is like, "Oh, a doggy person." And the two cat people and three giant cats with mammoth tails. What what a very diverse group. What are you doing here in Happy Valley?
We're looking for our prince.
Aren't we
For
all?
the happy.
I'm looking for a prince because, after a time, or maybe a few, I want to live happily ever after with one.
Does it have to be a prince?
I was gonna say.
My father hasn't let me experiment in that way yet.
He doesn't have to know.
I mean, I'm down for that.
I know where this is fucking going. I know where this is fucking going.
Ran away Quagmire runs by.
Yeah. Giggity. Actually, yeah, that means you've got like basically 2 females and 1 non-binary in the party who presents more female than male, as far as I know. She kind of, as she kind of stands up, her tits bounce, and she kind of cocks her head with her hands on her hips. But supposed to be good and honest with Daddy. But then there was that one time that I saw Mummy kissing one of the washerwomen.
Until you try it.
Well,
And
the one thing I do know is I still have a lot to learn, and I should. Mummy and Daddy dearest always said I should try new experiences, so let's do it. And that's where we're going to take a break for now because it is getting towards like nearly 10 o'clock, and I need to pee and stuff. So we're going to take a break. We're going to fade to black as these 4 have a freaking dog, cat, and human orgy. That sounded really wrong, and we weren't. Anthropomorphic. They're all anthropomorphic.
It's furry fest.
Yes, it's a furry orgy. Okay, that's a furry orgy. And with that, we'll be back shortly.
truth.
Now I have to ask
Aye,
you most
aye,
importantly.
aye.
It's
But
the
which one?
truth, though.
But
What?
which one of you is the top?
Sam, she's the dominant one in the relationship. The Jew dominates the German bloodline.
Sophia hit start while we were talking.
The face we're getting right
Well, you heard it here, folks. That's definitely a reversal of fortunes based on what happened in the Second World War.
Oh, Yuli, no dying.
Anyway, we're back.
now.
And after that revelation from Yuli, you should have heard what was being said before we came back on camera.
Oh, come on, we were being really philosophical.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You've been
Up to a point.
totally philosophical or philosophical. I don't know. Anyway, that's a new word. Philosophical. Philotestical. Great.
Testicle, yep.
Fucking hell. We've made a new word up tonight. Now we need to define it and submit it to like the Oxford Dictionary. Okay.
Perfect title.
So, speaking of sex, the orgy has now finished, and all of you are tuckered out. The princesses, all of you are barely covered in various clothes. Some of them are not yours. And armor and such. I mean, you know, fun like that. And you're kind of all quite literally shagged out. So you all kind of wait back up next to this river bread. The frogs have all dissipated because you were being loud, rambunctious, and
We were making our own croaks.
yes, you were
I
making
mean,
your
have
own
you ever
croaks.
heard a cat get it on? They're quite loud.
Dogs too.
Oh yeah, fair point.
But what happens? What
The
happens
human
when
just-
what happens
no.
when a dog and a cat get it on? So I was
You make a
going to that.
Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yeah, yeah. You make a Nickelodeon cartoon about a half cat, half dog creature called Cat Dog.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched that since I was a kid.
Or that's how you get the Humane Society called on you.
Yeah,
That too.
but it's funny because if it were a cat and a lion and a tiger, that'd be a liger, and no one would give a shit.
Well, if it's a wolf and a tiger, it's a wiger.
Yeah, that sounds too close to a certain other term that I shall not repeat on stream.
I didn't say it was a white tiger.
I didn't say that either. God damn, we are so far off fucking track. But hey, actually, good point. We are not talking about penguin things, so all of you take a demerit. If you have a merit, you can cancel this out, or you can leave it and see what happens. Pure, I'd like to remind you, you are at, are you at 2 now?
Nope, I'm at 1. And I have a merit, so I'm just gonna burn the merit.
I have 2 merits, but I think I'll just keep the demerit.
Okay. Because
I do need to tell you a thing, because I'm looking at my stats right now. Apparently, one of my traits is chastity.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you. Oh, yeah, good point. And
I'm immune to chastity.
That's fine. Pure, I need you to roll me chastity, please. I need to see how you're going to turn this orgy into a chaste experience. In the name of the Lord.
I am apparently immune to wisdom.
I got a 7.
Out of
8.
It was a holy and divine experience.
This for the holy orgy. You're fine.
Okay, so we all prayed to the god of soup before we went and.
Yeah.
to get things spicy.
Everybody was saying, oh God, anyways.
Oh God, my dear Lord Soup. Thank you for this blessing and bountiful harvest.
Merits for both of you. God damn. I'm not gonna be an asshole penguin and say you're not talking about penguins. Where are the penguins in this orgy? No, I'm just gonna give you orgy. Me as Sophia is gonna give you merits because you're making me bang my head on my computer and making me laugh. And if that doesn't deserve a merit, then I don't know what does. So both of you get merits for that bullshit. If you have three, if by some reason you have three, by the way, that's your maximum. You're allowed
I'm at
three.
three.
Okay.
Now it's
You're maxed out on merit. You've reached your merit maximum. I'm
Then
trying
that means
to think of a dead parrot sketch related to the maximum of merits, but I will think of it at some other time.
if I've reached the height, then I guess I did have a very good time.
Yes, you reached the zenith. Good job.
When I heard zenith, I was thinking of other synonyms to zenith, like climax.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we were going with that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Fucking.
Stop trying to
I'm
do
surrounded by perverts. Then again, it takes one to know one. Anyway, before I do get us in trouble, with my fucking delivering, the princess gets back up and starts getting dressed, but she was already kind of scantily dressed to begin with, because huge knockers. It's hard to make a dress when you've got huge knockers. She kind of waves and giggles and says she'll see you later at the castle before she skips off.
Back demon. No, don't go for the source.
Yeah, no. Fang is 100% following her towards the castle and further into the land of happiness.
Lily is going to get dressed and then follow her.
Did Fang put her armor back on?
Fang has fur. It's fine.
Noted.
Lily will gather up Fang's armor though before she departs.
The only things that have stayed on are the boots, the soup pot on her head, and her gloves. Everything else just fur.
So you're copying Chewbacca. Got it.
I mean, if you got the assets, you might as well show them off.
I was going to say you're not covering your nevers. I will remember this.
Free access?
If you start whoring yourself out in the Kingdom,
I mean, it is supposed to be Happy Valley.
Yes, and therefore there got to be happy endings at some point. There must be a place where you can give or receive happy endings.
So is Fang's fur sleek resistant?
She's a wolf.
Doesn't always mean things. So you're going to need rather constant bathing after this.
Anyway, you enter into the village. The three of you enter into the village. I'm assuming Shikao gets dressed and follows you, or doesn't get dressed and follows you. I don't care which at this point, because we've got one mostly naked werewolf furry dancing into town with a soup pot on her head.
You can't really top that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could top her.
Doesn't take much. Just a little propositioning and the right posture.
I was gonna say sour cream, some green onions.
Basically, give her a taco. Give her a taco, and you get access to her taco.
So you just put it on a string so she bends over.
I think I think one of these days we need to run Monster Hearts and let you lot all be like horny cryptids and monsters and shit. I should get Rick to teach me how to run a game of that. Um, because clearly you're yeah, you're all prime candidates for that. I'm not fucking joking because I have played a horny Selkie in that game.
Oh
Anyway,
my.
the village. So
You are
it's full of
angry.
it's full of singing and dancing and vigorous flourishing.
Hey,
Flourishing,
look, that.
flourishing, not brandishing. Um, the villagers will not stop you. In fact, they are warmly welcoming you. You do all of you without having to roll. Do kind of get a bit of a whiff of desperation, like maybe they're being watched or being forced to do this. However, when you enter the village for the first time, I need you all to roll a purpose die. If you do not remember it, if you do not have purpose as one of your assigned stats, you have to roll a d4 and hope you get a 4.
You said a D4?
If you
Yeah.
don't have it as a listed trait. Yeah.
I have musicianship, strategy, nimbleness, lorefulness, and argumentation.
Then yeah, it's a
I do
d4.
not.
Nah,
Yep.
I don't have it either.
Can I replace my luck?
You can. But
Yeah,
remember what I told you before, but then again now it's a freaking D20, so you know.
I
got a
rolled a
3.
4.
Okay, a 3,
I rolled a 4.
4.
That's a 9.
You're fine. Okay. I need Julie and Duality for you two to take a point of loony each, because the insane forced happiness is driving you just a little bit batty. Pure Fang is down with this and is kind of happily hopping around on foot to foot and dancing with the others, not really caring that much.
But I thought a 4 was the highest they could roll.
Oh yeah, that means you get to roll another d6
Mm-hmm.
on top of that because you yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 5 then on that.
Then you pass barely. It's just Yuli, unfortunately, as Lily, who has to take this point of loony damage because
It fits
Great.
better.
Great. So
Yeah.
this
It's always
kingdom
been off.
so this kingdom is officially We Happy Few. Got it.
yes, it is. Take your fucking joy. I realized it when I started reading this section. I was like, this is We Happy Few, but Monty Python.
We Happy Python.
Yes, We Happy Pythons.
Oh, not anymore.
Okay.
The food was great.
What? So, with that bit of kind of information, or rather that kind of social read that you've all made, even if you've gone a little bit loony from making it, like Lily has, what do you do in the village? The princess has headed off to the castle. You guys have kind of lost track of her because all the dancing villagers.
Well, Fang is finally going to realize that it's a bit drafty and put on her clothing.
No, what does Lily get from it by giving them back to you?
Oh dear.
Fang is going to take the soup pot off her head and produce the last 3 fish that she had.
Fish payment acceptable. Hands back armor and takes fish. And will nom on fish.
Okay. As you are kind of dancing with the villagers, you do see a squad of 4 soldiers who have kind of painted porcelain masks on, and they do look like Myla masks essentially. Wandering around with truncheons, clubs, maces. And the maces are also painted with smiley faces, just to be clear. Happy maces, happy faces! Anyway, so, you definitely get the distinct feeling that if you get caught being unhappy, they will want to have a word with you. But it's also not just your faces, because no one here is speaking out of turn, and no one is acting out of turn. And yes, there is some joyous sex happening in some parts of the where a bit more secluded. But the guards not the guards don't care as long as they're cries of happiness.
I mean, Lily's happy with her fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Fang is absolutely vibing on everybody else's happiness, slightly oblivious to the fact that it's kind of fake.
And the fact they got their armor on backwards.
Her
It
tail
works.
didn't.
what are the other two doing?
Chicago, no matter what. So, what do you think?
Boozahol.
Drunkenness. Drunkenness is a joyous thing. Can be a joyous thing, but not for everyone. Huh.
I guess fish is not joyous for everyone.
No, fish is. Booze. On the other hand, Chicago, are you sharing your booze with the villagers?
If anyone asked.
A
I mean,
couple of people ask, and
well, I mean, just to spread the gifts of the Southern Silver Vine.
yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, for one of those people, they react a little poorly to it because we must remember, and this is just as a PSA, please drink responsibly. For some people, especially because alcohol is a depressant, some people react negatively to alcohol, no matter which way you look at it. And one person starts breaking down into tears and starts yelling, "This fucking happiness act! Why King Otto is a dick! You put all the malcontents to death! And the trade union leaders for the matter, because the trade union leaders are always fucking arguing, and now I have to sing and dance all day instead of fucking being normal." And the moment as this person is ranting and raving about the happiness law, you see that the joyous guard of your patrol of these four people with smiler masks on comes over, grabs this person, smacks them around the head a couple of times with their happy maces that cause happy faces, and just starts dragging them off in the direction of a rather stately looking building, with them continuing to kind of curse and bemoan the fact that the happiness is fake and it's all bullshit and they refuse to take their joy.
Is it possible that before they're fully dragged off, Lily can smack one of the guards in the face with a fish?
The soldiers.
While yelling out fish attack?
Okay. Let me think about this for a second for two reasons. One, I need to make sure I need to look at soldiers.
Great. All I imagine is Lily just throwing the fish, yelling fish attack, and it turns into a shark.
Slap him on. I choose you.
It's a sorcerer, so
Let me look at stats and stuff real quick, so I have a better idea of, because you are a sorcerer after all, or enchanter. How are you? What is your goal here with flinging the fish? Is it to distract? Is it to offend? Is it to give me more?
I'm gonna go with Rykyl's thing of throwing the fish and it turning into a shark to devour said knights.
That's sorcery. Absolutely freaking sorcery. Go for it. Did you roll a 1?
No, quite the opposite.
Rolled a.
Rolled a 10. I did a 10.
Okay, now you need to roll a d12.
I'm gonna find a D12.
Also, apparently there are d14s, d16s, and d18s in the system, which I find weird.
Let's see what you.
Yes, you maxed out, so you
Roll the next one.
you roll the next one up and add it,
I just gotta find it.
and you stay at the next one up via trait. So now your sorcery is a d12.
That's a 10. That's 100.
You might have to do it online. Some of these you're gonna have to because I don't know anybody who has a D18.
Yeah,
Or
right.
a D14.
Yeah, but I have a D12. I know that much. It's just hard because I'm in low light visibility.
I am so glad I caught that impulse thought before I did anything with it.
Oh.
My brain went, this shirt is dirty. And we almost had an X-rated Twitch stream.
I was so focused on dice that I came back to X-rated Twitch stream.
I swear at this rate, y'all are gonna have to open up like a fucking OnlyFans or Fansly. You can have these X-rated conversations about getting banned.
I got a 10 again.
So 20, you didn't go over, so I'm not gonna hit you with a demerit. You also did a fish thing recently, so I'm not going to hit anyone with demerit for not doing fish things. However, you turned a fish into a shark. And penguins probably don't like sharks. Take a demerit because you're scaring the penguin.
Actually, it's killer whales penguins don't like. Sharks don't normally go up that high into the north, so penguins don't even know what sharks are.
You're arguing with me?
Nope. They're stating facts.
You're fine. I will allow it on this occasion. I will not give you the demerit. The penguin just kind of squawks at you and squawks. I'm not going to squawk because I can't fucking squawk to save my life. Yeah.
All I'm imagining is the penguin flapping its
flapping its wings.
arms, its wings, and like squawking. All of a sudden, it just flies in the air and there's a freaking egg.
And then it just wanders off as if the argument's done. Yeah, ignore the demerit. The 20, it turns into a shark. It eats both of them. I'm not going to make you roll for the second. Well, no, actually, no, 4 of them. It's gonna eat 2 of them.
Okay.
With no problems, but then you have a shark floundering on the ground. It's got a full belly. It's floundering on the ground.
Now you
What
just
kind
need
of shark I didn't think of this, but what kind of shark did it turn into? Is it like a great white? Is it like a bull shark? Is it
a hammerhead? It's a hammerhead. That's the first one I thought of.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Is there a nearby well?
No, you just need to summon up a tornado and we'll have Sharknado.
Yes.
No. Lily's going to look at Fang and go, hey, Fang, look, a new hammer for you to use.
Okay. But the soldier's going to go first, because I believe the system in this is opposites. And even if it isn't, I've said it is, so fuck it. Both the soldiers look at our enchanter or enchantress.
Island wave.
And they get out their happy sticks and they come over towards you menacingly. Do you have any way you would like to try and defend this?
Like verbally defend myself.
Verbally, physically, magically, you tell me.
Can we
Okay.
summon the cats?
So as they approach, she's gonna give them that menacing smile, stand up all tall, and be like, "I just turned a dead fish into a living hammerhead shark. What do you want to become?"
Gonna look for the stats again.
We got that guy in the background. It's like, I became a newt once.
And then she's gonna give off that menacing giggle.
Where is it? Where are the fucking stats? Ah, there they are. Let's see. You being okay. Remind me what stats you have. What traits you have.
I have sorcery, nature, subtlety, and wisdom in the ways of science.
Wisdom in okay. I will give you wisdom in the ways of science on this one because it is you're using psychology. That is why I don't want to give. I want to be too obvious and go with argumentation or authority because you don't have those.
I rolled 5 of 6.
A 5 out of a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The highest I can roll is a 6, but it also gets a plus.
He don't have. Okay, now I've got to look at their stats. 2 seconds. Purple. No, they it's regular D8s for them because that's what their die is. So in this system, typically, basically you have two types of enemies. You have your boss class enemies like the fucking rabbit, the bunny of Caer Benog and such, which have their own. They're basically boss monsters that have their own stat blocks and everything, and all multiple attacks and things. And then you just have like mooks, like soldiers who have basically get to roll one particular kind of die. They have X amount of hit points, and
You said that, my brain went, and then it chased them until the animator ran out of film.
mm-hmm. So they are. Oh no, they're going for Valor versus Valor, but I will. Yeah, they will.
Immune to valor.
Pardon?
I have immunities to chastity and valor.
Then you don't take any damage. I'm not even going to roll this because you're immune to Valor. So guess what? Your psychology, regardless of the roll that you made for the wisdom of the ways of science, you basically talk them down from attacking you, and they second guess themselves and lose their turn. With that being said, hey Fang or Shikyle, it's one of your turns now.
Could we summon the cats?
If you like, if you have animal handling or something, even if you
I
don't.
I have musicianship. Just use the harp to summon the cats.
I will allow this. What kind of song are you playing to summon the cats?
Instead of the cats.
Who let the cats out?
Who let the cats out? Yeah, question: will this affect me and Rakyle as well?
Shikyle?
Or Shikyle? Why did I say Rakyle? There.
I don't know. You're fusing two characters of mine together.
I am.
So here's what's going to happen. I haven't gotten to say these words all evening yet. I've just given you things. Fuck! I fucked it up. Fuck!
Waited all night just to fuck up.
That's how the world works.
Yep.
Fucking hell. Penetrate the polyhedrals! Automatic success, because of course it's Who Let the Fucking Cats Out. I also would have accepted Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin, honestly. If you started doing that one, I would have definitely given you a freebie on that one too, personally. Yeah. What are you trying to get the cats to do? To attack?
To run them over.
Okay.
That or let loose the cats of war.
Okay, they have a... So what was... You automatically succeed. What was the height? What's the die roll?
It was a 16. It max, so give me a second. I have to actually input a 16. I got a 13.
Okay. I can't beat that. I cannot unless I roll 8s. So I'm gonna roll. That's a 5. That's a 3. That make 8, but they're not 8s on their own. So no, they get trampled by mammoth cats. Please describe to me how the mammoth cats kill these two joyous soldiers.
They just run up and sit on them.
As cats do. Especially cat mammoths. So you have gotten two. You've gotten 2 of them killed.
It's like one of them is just like trying to climb out the other end, but the freaking tail, the trunk tail, like one of them has gas. Gases that guy.
Wait, do the farts come out of the snout at the end?
Yes.
There's
And
much
you hear
foul
throughout
trumpeting.
The kingdom. The whole kingdom is shaken by the reverberations of said snout fart.
Aye. So, with this in mind, 2 of the soldiers have been eaten by a fish shark. A fish that became a hammerhead shark. And then
One was crushed and one was gassed.
one was crushed, one was gassed.
I mean,
Water Fang, you don't have to really do anything, but if you would like to do something for shits and giggles, please feel free.
Probably holding their nose because of said shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as everybody has basically dealt with the annoyances,
poor civilian.
Fang is going to look around for a second, find the nearest person, and go, "Fuck was that about?"
All I'm imagining is Fang looking for the nearest person and getting distracted by a hydrant.
Actually, yes, Fang has gotten distracted by a hydrant and has gone to go and, shall we say, read the news.
Forget to, undo straps and lift one leg.
No. She is sniffing. She is doing as all dogs must and reading the news and sniffing around.
The news is that three random strangers came into the town after fucking the princess, and now they have started a riot in the village square because they've basically tried to gas everyone to death. More at 11.
Lily is going to drag the hammerhead shark to Fang and present said new weapon to this lovely little knight.
I'd hardly say there's anything little about her 7 wolf free.
Find that out later, I'm sure.
So the town square is evacuating because despite some of them are very happy that they're being gassed by cat mammoth farts, but there are quite a few of them who are not happy about it, and have broken their facade, and those ones are having fucking various squads of joyous guards chasing after them to beat them with their happy sticks.
While Yakety Sax plays in the background.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is there a chance that the one who got gassed is still mildly alive but
Yes.
unconscious?
Alive.
Okay. So Fang is going to pick that guy up by the back of the neck and go, "Do you know what happened to our prince?"
He's glowing green.
Was he not happy enough?
Why don't you go and go look at the graveyard? Maybe go and look at the graveyard of the happy ending cemetery. Yeah, that place. And then he faints.
Well, if that means what I think it is, I don't think the queen is going to walk away without burning this place to the ground.
I mean, it would only take one match with all the gas in the air.
Let's get out of here first, then, and then we send the cats back in. Yes.
Sounds good to me.
So you're heading to the cemetery.
I
It's
think we were talking about leaving town and throwing a match, but sure.
On their way to the cemetery, Fang is going to find a random bush from somebody's yard and just like clip a bunch of flowers out of it.
Okay. Are you all actually like lighting a match and throwing it at the village?
No.
Are any of
Not-
you doing this? I need
Not
to know.
yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
The idea is definitely present.
Okay. I'm just making a note of it in my head because that will things will happen.
That
so-
will end the episode.
No. No,
So-
but there will maybe demerits involved because
Lily
reasons.
Great.
sees Fang grab these flowers and looks around and grabs the first shrubbery she sees and takes it with her.
Are
In
you
the same
are you
fashion.
trying to summon them?
Maybe.
Or at least are you trying to have a gift in case they do turn up? Because they
That's
have,
also a possibility.
Trying to bribe them to attack the kingdom.
if any of you say their fucking name, you know what will happen.
Will I?
What?
What?
You cut
Huh?
out.
Oh, nothing. No, nothing at all.
If chat were more active, I would ask them, "Hey, what did Yuli just say?" Because I'd be like, "Hey, did Yuli just say the magic word to summon those particular individuals?" But okay, but for now, I'm going to assume that you did not say the N word. The Monty Python N word, to be clear. Anyway. So you enter the cemetery, and as you look at a lot of the tombstones, you notice that they are all royals, princes mostly. There might be a couple of princesses in there who have, and that the reason for their deaths is their impertinence, or something about trying to turn my daughter gay. Otto's an asshole by the looks of it. The king, it might be wise, but he seems like he's a dick. But the princes, I mean, if you know, I don't know if you have, I don't know if you have an observer's book of princes, as far as I'm aware. But you see Prince Oswald. You see a Prince Robin with an apostrophe because you don't want to confuse him with Sir Robin, who would have probably run away from any kind of challenge by King Otto. You see Prince Norbert, Prince Malcolm, and there's also an open grave. So you can tell that pretty much everyone in the cemetery is of royal blood. The reasons they died, Oswald died of fighting an infantry division armed only with a newspaper. Prince Robin with an apostrophe tried to extinguish a fiery furnace. Why? By throwing himself in it. Prince Norbert had to wrestle a combine harvester. Prince Malcolm, who had to catch a VC-10, I don't know what the fuck that is, but dropped it. I'm assuming it's some kind of grenade or bomb. And the open grave is an open grave.
Does anybody remember what our prince's name is?
Nope.
Kevin.
Kevin. Well, I would assume that one is for him, which means he is likely up at the castle. She stops and looks at the ones that say stuff about trying to turn my daughter gay, looks at everybody else in the party and goes, "Should we tell him?"
Probably not a good idea.
Lily, I will say that this feels like a place of power in terms of sorcery. You feel there's a lot of sorcerous energy, necromantic energy specifically.
So Lily's going to smile and probably rub her hands together. So, does anybody want to talk to some people?
You know what? Fuck it. Why not? Maybe they have some soup recipes.
Maybe.
Check out doesn't really care. She's drinking.
I don't have a D14, damn it.
You gotta go online for a dice roller.
Let me.
I have a D. I hit a 12. I got to go up to a 14. I don't have a 14.
Let me. I'll roll it. I'll roll you a D. Roll a die.net. Ever so helpful for this. Okay. 1 14-sided die. Go. That's an 11. Not maxed, so you got a 12 plus an 11. So that's another demerit because you've gone too serious with your necromancy. How many demerits do you have now?
That'd be 2. I'm going to cancel one with one of the merits I have since I have 3.
Damn. I thought you said you were going to see what happens. Oh well. Okay. You're the player. You get to decide whether you cancel your demerits or not. But you pass, regardless. So you engage in your act of necromancy. And
And to be
as...
specific, she didn't aim it at any single grave. She aimed it at all graves.
Yeah, so
Right.
in fact, with that kind of roll, because you streafed it, which is the Monty Python term for crit success, streafing, because spamming is crit fail. You streafed it, so all of the ghosts of these princes rise from their graves and look at you.
Are any of them cute?
All of them are actually, all of them are pretty fucking handsome in some regard, actually.
Okay.
There's a random horse in the lineup.
Yes.
I'm okay with this.
Same.
Also the two princesses that try to turn Mitzi gay, are also pretty fucking beautiful big knockers.
I'm okay with this too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, when we say that they were resurrected, is it true resurrection or are these still like just
They're
zombies?
ghosts. They're ghosts.
Okay.
You summon their spirits.
Okay.
Now, are they like the non-tangible spirits, or are they spirits that can actually touch objects?
They can touch objects. They're tangible.
They won't shut up.
In fact, one of them has a tube of toothpaste in their hands. Others have their various accoutrements that they had when they were dead. One of them has like a fucking torn up newspaper because they tried to fight army with a newspaper. Prince Norbert has a couple of blades from a combine harvester. Prince Malcolm has the remains of a bomb.
One of them's trying to hide a blow-up doll.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look at Fang and go, I'm not opposed to sharing if you want to take half and I take the other half.
So, as tempting as that would be, and believe me, it's tempting, we do have a duty here.
To who?
The Queen!
What's she done for you lately?
I mean, I am nobility, supposed to serve my queen.
You were definitely serving the princess earlier.
But look at all of them, and the queen's really far away.
I'm going to have you two roll off. So
Okay.
this sounds like what traits do you have? Here?
Wisdom in the ways of science, subtlety, nature, and sorcery.
Okay. What about you, Pure?
Valor, chastity, humility, luck, and that's it. The last thing I have is a squire.
This
Apparently.
is argumentation. This is definitely you two arguing over the finer points of wanting to sleep with these ghosts. Yeah, both of you roll a d4, and if either of you roll a 4, both of you roll a 4, then okay, it's Pure. What did you roll? You got that kind of face. Okay.
I got it.
They got a 1, didn't they?
And Yuli, you said you got a 3.
I got a 3.
Okay, so Yuli wins the argument. However, Pure, you take a demerit because you spoofed it, spammed it. You spammed the
Great.
test. You crit failed. How many demerits do you have?
2.
Okay.
They failed it because all of a sudden one of the ghosts pants them.
Yes. Actually, yes. So one of the ghosts drops their pants in front of Fang, and
It's
we're
the
going
one. It's the one trying to hide the blow-up doll.
yeah.
I forgot.
So for the purposes of this interaction, Lily's argument is most convincing.
Well, everything is more convincing with your pants down.
Not always. Depends on what you're trying to argue.
Well, anyways, Trow drops. Fang says, "You know what? I see your point."
I'm sure you see a point.
Are you free doing what I think you're doing?
I know 2 of us are at least.
Shikayo, are you joining in for this fucking ghost orgy?
No, but she'll play music.
So look, we even have romantic ambiance.
As long as she doesn't play Seabat.
Nope, playing Ghostbusters.
And now we're in the industry of porn.
Duality, how many merits do you have?
2 at this point, I think.
Oh. I'm not going to give you one on this occasion, as much as I find it funny, because I technically have to stick to my Persona's rules, and that's not one of them. Unfortunately, the penguin is relatively simple in terms of how to please or piss them off. You haven't found the second condition on either side yet, to be fair.
Well, we haven't found Batman.
That. Yeah. So the scene fades to black once more, and there's much frolicking in the graveyard tonight. And the only song I know that Shikawa is playing Ghostbusters as the ghost sex happens. This is there's plenty of ectoplasm. Trust me, there's lots of fucking ectoplasm.
Emphasis on fucking.
Huh? What was that, Pierre?
Emphasis on fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, plenty of sticky and gooiness.
Yes. Both from the living and the dead.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Too bad nobody seems to be watching the stream. That would be.
Oh, trust me, I think we will have people come in at any point, and also there is the VOD. And if I tell people, hey, we basically just had orgies all game, I'm sure we will attract a few people. Anyway. The night passes without incident. You do manage to get the toothpaste and somehow not use it in the middle of the orgy as a sex toy. You actually managed to keep it safe. You notice that it says that it is Dragon's toothpaste. That one of the good princes was intending to give Mitzi on her wedding night, their wedding night, because they'd be married, both of them. It'd be minty, fresh flavor and kills dragons instantly. But after that, as day breaks, the ghosts return to their eternal slumber. And
We learned nothing.
I learned lots of things.
I mean, okay, so
That's not true. We learned a bunch of new positions.
yes, but you learn. So you're right. I will tell you the things you learned. Obviously, apart from the non-sexual things in nature that you learned in between bouts of shagging, while you were going through your what's this refractory period. That's the fucking word. Well, y'all were going through your refractory period between orgasms. I am going to hell. I swear, I'm going to Twitch hell. I'm going to send this channel to Twitch hell, and Affy and Artemis are going to kill me. It's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that because they've said similar things. Anyway, so while you're going through some of these refractory periods, you learn that Otto, the king of this happy land, is a grumpy old git, and that's a paradox. He's in a land where where he's the creator, everyone must be happy, but he's a grumpy old bastard. And he doesn't want Mitzi to actually be married off. The only time anyone of the princes ever saw him happy was when he's playing his magical organ. Not that organ. And yeah, it's therefore any of the suitors that come to the castle, basically he kills them with impossible challenges because he doesn't want to marry his daughter off. And that's why they're all dead, because they were given such impossible challenges, but they were so much in love with Mitzi and her knockers that they just didn't care and tried anyway.
To be fair, they were fun bags.
I am surprised the neighboring kingdoms have not declared war on this place yet.
They probably don't know yet.
Or, they get here and they get too caught up in the valley.
Which one?
Yes.
Exactly.
With all the shagging, did anybody see a reproductive health center?
I don't think ghosts care about health.
No, I just meant for the kingdom. This might be the Valley of STD.
Maybe.
Happy STD clinic.
They have a very good orphanage center.
Actually, that's a good point that I should probably take into account because we have female presenting characters. I should roll chaos on some of that shortly. And modify the rolls based on how many suitors you've had. Anyway,
Do ghosts count because they have nothing to work with?
Sorcery.
And the only other person we've been with was a chick.
Yeah. So
Ghost baby.
I check I check how many princes were in my list and go. Anyway, you all kind of wake up. Before daylight finally breaks, one of the princes does hang around and says, about the health center reproductive clinic. Yes, there is one because they have a lot of sex here. It keeps them happy, mostly.
I've noticed.
Weren't complaining.
So I'm going to work on this. If you all want to go to the reproductive clinic and do your
Who
thing,
got the random horse?
I cannot say on this stream.
Let's just go with we're furries.
Yeah, something furry happened. That's all I can say.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for reminding me about the random horse, because I'm going to have to add that to my list. Let's see.
Oh, is this how we get Atlas?
Yeah. 3, 4. So. Where's my fucking hell? Okay, that's that one, and that's that one. Good. Okay, I know what I need to roll. For both of you. This may increase.
May.
And there they are. Hey guys, from Even Footing Games, it's about fucking time you got here, because this has turned into the Monty Python version of Monster Hearts. Okay, that one's fine. And that one is also fine. Neither of you are knocked up the duff.
Oh, I wanted a Danny Phantom.
You wanted it?
Sarcasm.
No, if you want to override my fucking dice in this case, I will happily let you get knocked up by a ghost.
There's a more outcome coming in the future, I'm sure. Coming.
See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. It has been like this all fucking session. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to explain for Even Footing what happened, because for our crew from Even Footing Games. So a lot of our players are sick or dealing with bereavements and stuff, but we still wanted to play something because we needed to hang out and be social. So instead of running Final Fantasy for the night like usual, I have, with Pure's suggestion, I am running Monty Python with my pre-gen characters, and I'm running one of the scenarios out of my core rulebook, which is basically We Happy Few, but in medieval Wales.
And all of the characters are roughly based off of our Final Fantasy characters.
And they're all horny as fuck. Which is also the same for their Final Fantasy characters. Anyway.
Lily repressed in the Final Fantasy stuff, so you know.
Yeah, that's why Lily has.
And apparently, this is all Shikael's drunken dream.
Yes, this is Shikael's perverted wet dream. Anyway, that's caught you all up to speed. So far, they've had 2 orgies. One with a princess and one with a bunch of ghosts in a graveyard.
And a random horse.
And I was not saying that out loud because Twitch. But fine, yes, they had... And the one in the graveyard...
The horse was there.
The horse was there and things happened. Sorry if any of you consider that a squick. I apologize in advance. Anyway, yeah, one of the ghosts directs you to the reproductive clinic before they disappear back into their eternal slumber, and the sun rises, and you all are naked and covered in ectoplasm. Well, apart from Shikael, but Shikael might have gotten a few stray strands of the stuff somewhere due to poor aim.
Lily's gonna stretch, do the cat yawn thing, probably clean herself up a little bit. Throw on some clothing, and kind of just sigh. I kind of wanted to keep one of them in a bottle. Emergency pleasure tool.
You wanted a ghost dildo.
Well, it's more like an inflatable blow-up doll, but in ghost version, because then you just uncork the bottle anytime you need to get laid.
I mean, that blow-up doll from earlier is probably still just laying around.
It is, actually.
But it doesn't have the same functionality. It can't move on its own.
And it doesn't squirt.
And it doesn't get all up in there and hit all the fine points that only a ghost can.
Great. All I'm imagining is it's the haunted doll from Mistwalkers.
Also, those of you who know how this system works, I'm not just Sophia tonight. Tonight I am the Penguin. That is my GM persona for the night, as per the book. And I'm actually about to hit all three of you with a demerit because you haven't talked about fish in a while. You're talking about sex and other things, and as much as the Penguin can get a bit randy and likes to get laid and make a female lay eggs and shit.
Well, technically, they present their mate with a fish as a way of saying, "Hey, I'm yours forever."
Yeah,
Or
but
shiny
in
fellow.
this case, you are not offering any fish to the Penguin. You're just going straight to the sex. So all of you get hit with a demerit because you're not making proper courting advances on the Penguin.
I burned my last merit, so I don't have a triple demerit.
Yeah.
And I'll just do that too then.
Okay.
And
All right.
in my fairness, I'm not going to offer the fish because I'm afraid of commitment.
Fair enough. You may continue now. You may continue after now the Penguin squawks in an annoyance about the lack of fish.
Yeah, no. Fang is going to take one for the team and go into Yield Sexual Clinic and come out with the medieval equivalent of Plan B.
Which would be leeches.
Uh-huh. So Plan Leech.
Plan L. You come out with Plan L.
And just a jar of leeches. Looks at everybody and like, supposed to eat these?
I mean, eat them or use them as tassels.
You
I'm
first.
fine.
You're supposed to pop the instructions on the jar say that you should pop them under the tongue.
No, I like my tongue where it is. I'm good.
I am totally quoting Blackadder at this point. I'm mixing two British comedy franchises, and I'm probably going to hell for it because
Tongue needs to stay perfectly mobile for future endeavors.
no, Artemis, they have not all blown up yet, but they've had two separate orgies.
But yeah, no,
They
Fang.
blew up.
I mean, they've
Fang
been
just kind
blowing.
of sighs and keeps it for later.
Speaking of blowing up, or have the cats done anything else?
They've been wandering around looking for food, and also cleaning themselves, and they may have headbutted a few of the residents that come back to the village square. They basically bunted them, demanding to be played with and petted.
Right. I'm
Keep it
I'm
innocent.
imagining one of them found Taco Bell and the whole city is evacuating.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Fang is going to wash off in the well a little bit before putting on her.
That's fair.
What's in the well?
Just
Well,
water.
I would assume water.
Water.
It's a medieval town. It's never just water.
Fine, it's the plague. It's the plague. The plague's in the water as well. No, we've all been hit with a posture check and a hydrate.
No.
Never. Fight the power.
I don't have anything to drink, okay?
And I finished mine just now. Granted, I have a 2-liter next to me, but
Okay.
I'm too lazy to reach down and grab it.
Well, the one thing I have to drink up here, I'm not allowed to.
What, on stream?
Alcohol?
Yeah.
No, actually, that's not a problem.
Really?
Like, a bunch of us have like drunk beer and stuff on stream.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? I could have been like a half a bottle in by now.
Well, because no one asked.
I'm still not going to.
But no, for future reference, drinking alcohol on stream tends to be okay because I've drunk with like Rick and stuff on stream before. So anyway, the town is evacuated again because one of the cat mammoths had a late night helping of old Taco Bell, and
Nacho Bell.
yeah, it's literally a taqueria encased in a broken like church bell, and yeah, it's not agreed with the mammoth cat system.
I mean, they are lactose intolerant, so any kind of cheese or
Pretty
Corn,
much all of it.
milk.
yeah. So it's not good.
Not our problem.
Nope.
Um,
But are any of you going through with this insane plan of yours to strike matches?
no. Not while we're in the town.
So your options are
Oh,
to
yeah.
leave the town, and do whatever, or you can get to the castle.
I vote castle. I hear tale of dragons. Or at least according to this toothpaste.
Right?
Okay.
I don't care either way.
Yeah,
So-
let's head to the castle.
So the castle was a fairy tale fortress, if there ever was one. Buttresses bedecked with bunting, fastnesses festooned with flapping gonfalons, dungeons decorated with dandelions. While even the bedraggled bastards bereft in the giblets down, smile down beatifically and clap along with the music. So in other words, all the peasants and the prisoners are all still clapping along happily.
Or whatever they're on.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, even though it's you see Mitzi frolicking with her dead dog Herman, dragging the dog along by the collar or by the thing. Queen Syllabub is by the trout pond in a rather lewd position. I can't think of any other better word than lewd. And King Otto is presiding over a funeral. As you arrive, everyone is assembled essentially in these including these various people in their various places to lay to rest Mitzi's latest suitor, Prince Kevin, who bravely completed the task set to him, which the king explains was jumping from the top of the tallest tower armed only with his sword. So yes, he's in the casket completely fucking naked. Therefore, your task has been accomplished. You have discovered the fate of Prince Kevin, and you can do with that as you please. He is dead. What you do now is up to you.
Is necromancy still an option?
Yes, it is. Same sorcery check as before. However, you are performing sorcery in view of a bunch of other people. There may be a consequence.
Look at things. So, what do you think we should do? I mean, I can try the necromancy thing, but there's still the hot queen over there, and then there's. I don't even want to address the whole princess dog situation going on.
You see Fang's eye twitch at the dog thing, and just like, let's
Well-
go talk to
Well, it looks like our job is done. We just have to go inform the queen that the king murdered her son.
And as you say those words, you kind of think twice for a second. Oh yes, another king killed my son. You know what happens in medieval times when a king or queen in this case kills the son of another royal.
I mean, technically, if we take the king down, it saves the whole war thing.
So do we kill him with a heart attack, or do we actually just kill him?
Shikael just looks over at
Happy ending with
Lily,
a
and it's like, do you think you could turn the castle into a giant cat that just whops the king across the country?
hmm. Can it be pink?
That's up to you. You're the one casting it.
How are you gonna control it?
You don't just control cats.
You can bribe
Cat-
it.
Liz,
They kind of just decide what to do on their own. But if I also, make him look like yarn, or maybe you guys can wrap him up in yarn while I'm casting the spell.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Turn him into a trout.
Turn him into a trout. Oh, cat eats fish.
Uh-huh.
that or we just get the shark really close and it mistakes it for a fish. Eats them both.
I mean, Lily is still dragging around that hammerhead. So you're going to hand the hammerhead to Fang. So you get this on his person, or just throw it over him. And I work on casting the castle into cat.
Sophia looks so done with this.
I'm not. Is this your plan? So let me make sure I have this right. You're gonna throw the hammerhead shark on top of King Otto to basically make him appealing to a giant castle cat.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. If there's anything else you want to add to this plan, do it now. Otherwise, I'm gonna start asking for rolls and things.
Can we season the shark so it's tasty to the cat?
Yes.
And the cat is specifically going to be of the tiger brand variety, and it's going to be pink and purple, like a Cheshire cat.
Yes.
Well, it's just as well because of, reasons I will explain when it happens. Right? Is there any so you season the shark
Uh-huh.
with catnip,
Uh-huh.
and that
From
will
Shikael's private stash.
yeah, so Shikael's private stash. That will add a boost to Lily's sorcery roll for the castle cat stuff. But first we need to actually get Otto into the shark. So, Pure, remind me of your.
I have
Right.
valor, humility, luck, and chastity.
This would be Valor.
Or
Okay.
just straight dumb luck.
I mean, I will go with either, but whichever's the highest. Honestly, whichever you're doing better in.
They're both D20s.
Then luck
Roll
has
2 d20s, go with the highest?
no, because that would cost a merit.
Oh.
And I don't have those.
I will say Valor on the grounds of if you spam luck, it's a double demerit. So Valor's not that's not a problem.
Okay. Let's see.
Normally there is a
Just-
skill for throwing things and shit, but because you're using pre-gen characters, that's not fair.
Okay. I do also need to mention I have a +4 to valor.
Okay, I'll add 40 of I'll add 40 a roll.
I would, but I dropped the fucking die.
Damn it. No good on the floor. The floor is lava.
I found it. That's a 16.
Is that so
That 12 plus 4.
that's 12. Okay. You got a 12 on the die, so 16. Yeah. So as he's starting to play his own he doesn't have a harp, does he? Does he have a harp? Where's it? Oh, I could have sworn it said I had a harp.
I thought he had an organ.
Yeah, he has an organ. Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah, he has a whether that organ's any good or not, you can ask the Queen. But yeah, he is starting to perform his latest composition, the strangely discordant Yabim Dibim Frakati Fantang Shako Bu Bum. And the attendees start singing along until the organ suddenly starts making even more discordant noises that are completely out of tune, and you didn't think that was even possible because suddenly the king is a shark, or is being eaten by a shark covered in catnip. At that point, we switched to Liliana because Liliana, it's sorcery time.
Okay,
And then-
before that happens, I just want everybody to have the mental image of Fang grabbing this hammerhead shark by the tail and doing a full-on swirl, yeet.
There you go. And now the king is flailing around, as inside a shark, and hitting the keys.
Can she spend a merit to make this successful?
Yes.
Then I will spend a merit, or that spend a merit point, which will bring me down to 1, and she will just catechist Maximus on this castle.
Okay. Do me a favor. I want you to roll sorcery anyway because it's chaos. You
I don't
part.
have it being.
I'll roll it for you. Give me a sec. I've got my dice roller up. And it's already set on D14s. Oop. And thankfully I rolled a 4, not a 1. So you're fine. No chaos. Yeah. Tell me how you turn the castle into Castle Catechus Maximus.
Okay, so first, it starts with a traditional cat dance, getting on all 4 paws and doing the litter box, where you just got to scrape and get your paws clean. And then there's the traditional cat meow yowls to invoke the power of the cat. After that, we must all kneel to pray to the mighty Bastet who grants us our power. And then it is the fish crackers. We toss them in sacrifice to the mighty energies of the universe. And then I will cast the spell that turns the castle into the cat.
The sacrifice of the fish crackers is greatly received, and you gain a merit. You gain more powerful for such an offering. To the castle cat, but also technically to the penguin, because you mentioned the fish. And
Release the catten.
yes, release the cat, and indeed, you just see this giant castle cat heave into life. That's pink and purple, just like the Cheshire Cat. And as you see, as you're doing the spell, you see a certain wizard dressed in robes and a hat with like stars and moons and all over him, fleeing, saying, "Bloody hell! I made him that special organ just to get out of prison, but this is too much. I'm getting the hell out of here, and I'm going back to Camelot."
Oh, so that's where he ended up. I haven't seen him in like 6 years.
Yeah, Merlin has Merlin has left the building.
More like left the cat.
Yeah,
Catzel.
the castle. Okay, so of course, the Cheshire Cattle looks at the Fish King, Shark King technically, but whatever. He sniffs, lets out a very large yowl, and then eats him in one gulp. The large yowl kind of shakes and scares most of the
Nobility?
yes, the assembled nobility and peasants and all that who were there for the forced happy funeral. The queen, however, is like, "Why are you all looking at that pussy? Why don't you look at mine?" And the Princess Mitzi, is trying to get her dead dog to attack the cat because dogs and cats.
Look at Shakyle and go, "Hey, for the peasants, you should play Ding Dong, the King is Dead."
Oh, Let's see. I've been looking for a song to play during this entire thing.
There you go.
Um,
Give me like bardistry or whatever to.
My musicianship is a 16.
Yay! Roll d16 then.
Yep. I got a +1, so 13.
Yeah, you play a very happy ditty celebrating the death of the king, and the peasants love it because it also means technically they no longer have to follow the happiness law unless the queen forces it upon them.
I think she'll go with
and-
sex.
And
It doesn't seem like she's going to.
okay, so given how late it is, and usually this is our stopping point, I will now give us an epilogue based on all the crazy shit you've done, and we will call it there and get raided. Well, not raided. We will not get raided. We've already been raided for the night, but we're going to raid someone else because we have to tell Artemis. So in the immediate aftermath, the Kingdom of Happy Valley is no longer forcibly happy, but more naturally happy because the Queen has instituted a town-wide open relationship policy. Basically, the entire town is now
orgy.
an orgy. There's sex in the streets. If you're not having sex in the streets and you haven't come recently, or you're not sick or whatever, the sex squads come and take you to the brothel for torture.
Death by snoo.
Death by snoo. Yep. For death
All
by
the guards are dressed as BDSM now.
Yep. All the guards are dressed as BDSM enthusiasts.
With primary skills and whips and chains.
Yep.
And their uniform has mommy or daddy plastered on their ass.
Yep.
Great. So we all know that the ones that are not doing this are just waiting for the guards.
They just need that extra domination.
As far as the princess goes, for freeing the kingdom from Otto's tyrannical rule of happiness, she happily offers Mitzi as a suitor to the three of you to take home and have a polyamorous relationship back in your old kingdom, or you can stay in this one, whichever works. Though technically, you still have to tell. You do tell Queen Ursula that Prince Kevin has died. However, that you killed King in revenge and liberated the kingdom, and there is peace. There was no war. So Ursula is not immensely happy that her son had died. She's grateful that you killed the king, and therefore, at your kind of gentle insistence, there is no war between the two kingdoms. Not yet, at least. Although you swear you've seen Queen Ursula come for a visit sometime for services. Mitzi happily accepts if the three of you accept. And with that in mind, if the three of you accept, you can go on.
Lily will definitely accept. I mean, a town full of free suitors and no commitment and a very limited clothes policy. What's not to love? Maybe the occasional dragon?
Oh yeah, the dragon. You've still got that Dragon's Bane toothpaste, but actually,
I mean, I'm gonna say Lily and Chica are probably gonna stay because cats.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you don't have to use toothpaste. In fact, you've
The tooth is used as a threat if the dragon doesn't hit the right spots and makes it the most pleasurable experience.
Bingo.
Right.
It's a threat. It's a threat of it's kind of a coercive.
Right. Roll to seduce the dragon.
Lady or die.
And with that in mind, you all live happily ever after. All of you get pregnant at some fucking point because I don't
Hey,
know.
look. That's how a Makote Ori child is born.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll get knocked up at some point and start your own fucking family royal dynasty. Yet, Bitsy does too. In fact, at some point. And that's where we're gonna roll credits on this episode of the
Whatever you
Vaktari
want to.
of the Vaktari medieval reenactment experience.
So when Shikyle awakens from this dream, I can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah. In fact, yeah. If our next actual Crystal and Shadow session has everyone, our introduction will be read by Shikyle, by Duality. Our recap will be read by Duality because this was fucking Shikyle's wet dream. Anyway, I need to poke the Artemis to go raid someone, but it has been a fucking blast. I'm glad you guys also finally got to play.
I needed this.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm sorry, I could not keep coming up with these random ass ideas.
Oh no!
That's the beauty of the system.
It's like I made a joke about the shark earlier, and the shark is when we killed the king later on.
I'm sorry, but I was hoping that a dragon would show up for two reasons. One being Lily, and then the other being Fang just going, Dad?
I mean, you could have gone and found the dragon, but we were running out of long time.
100% prepared to sleep with the dragon.
Oh, you'll definitely fucking slept with the dragon at some point. Like I said, you have the toothpaste as a way of keeping the dragon in line to make sure he's a good boy.
I don't want him too good.
Well, the dragon's a brat, so he's definitely not too good.
Meanwhile, during that, like Shikyle would have probably played through the fire and the flames from Dragon Force.
Yeah, that's the outro music, Through the Fire and Flames, folks. That's our outro music.
Are you sure it's not Burning Ring of Fire?
No, that's the cuddly pile of furries.
Okay, so we are going to be raiding, because Artemis is putting it through the system now. We're going to be raiding the Liching Hour. So yeah, so while that is ticking down and gets activated and all that fun stuff, so our schedule, remember, it's 6-5 with Artemis and crew. Tomorrow night, Saturday is Backpacker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, TTRPGs. TTRPG Galaxy. And we, Miss Walker's Monday, Legacy of Fire on Sunday. We have got something going on pretty much every day up until you next see us. Hopefully next week we will be all assembled for the escape from Yormore. Yeah, we're having a small tech issue. It wouldn't be a fucking Vector stream without a tech issue. So I'm just going to keep talking for a while. Don't forget to go get your dice from Canadian Dice. It's funny. Do you know what's fucking funny? We were making jokes about Naughty, and we basically had a fucking furry orgy session, and I'm just like, we basically started how we meant to carry on. The entire damn session. Which is fine. I basically had a bunch of horny furries in Monty Python. I have had. Okay, so this is the summary of the 3 sessions I've had. First time I ran this, I had a nuclear hedgehog that turned into a dragon and tried to kill the party by basically causing nuclear Armageddon. The second session, I had Rick and Kayla basically in the life of Brian. Where Kayla was happy to sleep with Hercules, and Rick's genitalia was a black hole. So anytime Rick flashed someone, they pretty much have to die unless Rick botched the sorcery roll.
So kind of like Moroku, but with
different area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had the three of you tonight for the furry orgy in
The ghost
Wales.
orgy.
The furry the orgy in Wales, because Cambria is actually part of Wales. I messed up my
So,
location.
did they get to keep the castle in its cat form as like their permanent guardian?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, but is it like the cat bus where you can actually live in it?
Yeah. The only problem is when the cat purrs. It does cause the castle to shake a bit.
Great. So at the end of the episode, it's like that scene in Shrek where Farquaad is in the dragon
Yes.
with a
Yep.
match.
Well,
Staying
you said-
alive. Staying alive.
But that just means that you can make it purr, so you get your own personal vibration system.
Okay. So, unfortunately, Artemis is trying to get the raid working. Artemis, is it because? Hang on, let me look. Artemis, you're trying to do the slash command, yeah? Not the exclamation. I really wish they'd let moderators do raids on behalf of the streamers, because then that's the thing. The streamers can be worried about handling stuff. Is it because they are? I'm sure I have Lich followed. I'm looking to see
They're online.
online. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume then that we are not going to be able to raid because slash command, like slash raid. I'll type it because you can't hear me. Yeah, that's right. Without a space, yeah.
What did you find? What are you playing with down there?
Because that seems weird. If they're online, I should. Also, I just noticed that with the month Python TTRPG is like the month Python. Okay. It looks like the raid system is fucky wucky, and we can't. I don't think any of us have our. Don't have admin rights. So, I think but yeah, it's not working for me either. But that's because I'm not an admin. So we're gonna have to call it here, unfortunately, because we can't raid because Twitch is being an arse. Yeah, we'll have to have Alfie look at it. So, yeah, I've given us a schedule. I've told you to go buy more Canadian dice, and if I haven't, I just did. Go buy some merch, especially the holiday stuff that's still available, probably for a little bit longer. And yeah, thank you for coming around to watch our chaos, insanity, our sex, perv, mind, brain things, and we will. Yeah, that's just how we are all the time, and we just ran with it. So we will see you all next week. Hopefully, it will be. Don't worry about it, Artemis. It's fine. It's fine. We will hopefully be all assembled next week for the conclusion of what happens in Yulmore. If not, for any reason, hey, I have plenty more of these scenarios from Monty Python. I have other systems that I can run games from as well. Yeah, we can do a more emergency one shots because things are a bit. Yeah.
That and they're fun.
Yeah. But we will see you next week, one way or another. And yeah, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from them. And always look on the bright side of life.